Hello friends, today I wanted to talk about COD. And I don't mean the underwater sea devil with fangs. I'm talking of course about Call of Duty, the multiplayer component specifically. So as a hype train chews its way to victory for the new Call of Duty game, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to have a little discussion about it and, you know, just my thoughts in general on the COD franchise, the previous games and also the future, what we've got to look forward to, that sort of thing. I'm sure most of you guys all know that by now the next Call of Duty game is called Ghosts, a brand new venture for the series. They've dropped the Modern Warfare banner. By all accounts, that series of titles is no more. So what do we know about Ghosts so far? Well, it's definitely a next generation title. It's going to be on PS4 and the next Xbox, which by the way is rumoured to be called Xbox Infinity. Not sure how legit that is. Whatever it's called. It's coming out on current gen consoles too, so PS3 and Xbox 360. That's a massive audience that Infinity Ward and Activision can't afford to miss out on, of course. Not everyone is going to buy the new consoles when they're released. They'd lose a lot of sales if they didn't release on the Xbox and the PS3. We also know that they've built a brand spanking new engine for this game, and it's about time too. To my knowledge, the COD series has used the same engine technology since 2005, which powered Call of Duty 2, and that itself was based off a modified version of ID Tech 3, which powered Quake 3 Arena, and that was released in 1999. Yep, that's a very long time ago. Obviously they've added features to the engine and modified it as new releases come around, but it's still practically the same thing. You know the feel and look of a COD game, it's very distinctive, but it's limited in scope, and it doesn't look like it can be advanced much further than what we see in Black Ops 2. But a new engine is a great thing for the COD series, and I'm really hoping and wishing that Infinity Ward changes things up a bit for the next COD game. I'm thinking we're going to see some larger levels with destruction elements, and potentially on some multiplayer levels vehicles maybe that can be properly controlled, possibly some more engaging kill streaks too. There's rumours online at the moment that the next game is going to introduce interesting ways that the character movement is presented. Players are going to be able to dash and slide while shooting, peek around corners more effectively, and also roll side to side whilst they're prone. Now, I'm quite intrigued to see how all this stuff can fit into the Call of Duty genre of games, because at the end of the day, it's got to have that COD feel. That's what's going to keep the customers coming back and playing for hours on end. Now, I'm going to speak candidly about how I feel about the COD games. This is from my heart, this is how I feel, and I'm speaking from my experiences. So, bit of a history lesson. I played the original Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2, both great games with good multiplayer components. Then of course COD 4 came out, the original and the best Modern Warfare game. For its time, the graphics were insane, the storytelling and the characters in the single player campaign were great, and it had a horribly addictive multiplayer component, excellent level design and balanced kill streaks. There was mod tools and dedicated servers, so the competitive element of the game was brilliant too. Me personally, I played a lot of 5 vs 5 S&D scrims from time to time on COD 4 and had a lot of fun doing so. Basically, I played the shit out of COD 4. It was a great game and a great distraction from Counter-Strike practice. And then there was Modern Warfare 2. The developers took the series in a different direction. No dedicated servers for PC, more kill streaks, more game modes. The focus shifted to the console market. And from a business standpoint, you can't really blame Activision and Infinity Ward for wanting to do that. Piracy was becoming a huge issue on the PC, sales were down, but at the same time, the Xbox and the PS3, their console market was booming. I like Modern Warfare 2 and I played it a lot, but I only really played it as a public game when I just fancied playing it. Then of course we had Black Ops, which was okay, I guess. Then the terrible Modern Warfare 3. I almost fell asleep during the single player campaign of that game, and the multiplayer had terrible level design and overpowered kill streaks. Modern Warfare 3 I think just hammered home the fact that the series was getting stale, samey and quite uninteresting really. The latest iteration of the series of course is Black Ops 2. Now, me personally, I've played roughly 30 hours in the multiplayer and I like it. I think it's the best PC Call of Duty game since COD 4. The future settings definitely done a bit to refresh the series, but for all intents and purposes, it's still the same game that was released in 2007. It's still pretty much Call of Duty 4, but with new skins, new maps, game modes and features. It feels the same, it looks similar, it's still got small levels, the game hasn't really evolved at all since then. But part of that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Call of Duty games are very good deathmatch games. They're good arcade shoot 'em ups. There's no doubt about it, especially on consoles. They feel responsive, they run at 60 FPS and gunplay is quite satisfying. That's why COD is so popular on consoles, because it's got that unique responsive feel that no other game can seem to replicate. That's why the COD games have sucked in such a massive portion of multiplayer console gamers. For me, if I want to play a game for a couple of hours where I don't really have to think much, I just want to run around and shoot things, I'll load up Black Ops 2. I'll play some TDM, Domination or Hardpoint and just go crazy for a couple hours. It's mindless fun, it feels good beating people online and I enjoy it. Running around hip firing, calling in airstrikes, jumping around like a madman, it's good. Now, at this point in the video, I want to address something that's hotly debated and will inevitably come up in the comments section, and that's the whole Battlefield versus COD debate that always seems to flare up. Primarily, I'm a Battlefield channel, it's obvious. I built my channel from the ground up on Battlefield 3, and I don't really post COD videos often. But look, I enjoy both games. Guys, it's okay, you can play Battlefield and COD, you can love playing both of them. Comparing them against each other is stupid, they're two different games aimed at different audiences. If you enjoy both style of games, then great, you're a winner, you get the best of both worlds. If you're a guy or a girl who's adamant that COD or Battlefield is better than the other, and you haven't tried one of the other games because you're so certain you'll think it's bad, just give it a go. They're different, it's not a case of which is better. Dip your toe in the water and see if it feels good before jumping to conclusions. On a similar note, I can never understand console elitists who say that a PS3 is better than Xbox 360 or vice versa. It's not about the consoles, it's about the games. The Xbox has some great exclusive games, the PS3 has some great exclusive games. If you fanboy or fangirl one over the other, then you're missing out on some cool experiences. With that said, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what COD Ghosts looks like and plays like. Apparently, we're going to see some gameplay / a trailer on May the 1st. I reckon a single player game, probably demoing the new engine, movement and features that they've added. Now, I'm very interested to see what direction Infinity Ward are taking the COD franchise in. With the new engine and next gen consoles, hopefully we can see some refreshing stuff. Like I said, as much as I love the COD feel for deathmatch and bashing out a couple of hours of public play, I've got to admit it's getting a bit stale now after all these years. It's fun, but it's not very challenging anymore. You can just switch off when you play COD and still do well, even if you've just got basic first-person shooter skills. I've got a lot of friends and I know a lot of people in the gaming scene that just drop COD like a wet fish, pardon the pun, after Modern Warfare 2 was released. I want Infinity Ward to surprise us with Ghosts. I want to be challenged. I want to see something new, something different and exciting. I want to see them take a well-planned, funded and executed leap of faith that has as much impact on the FPS scene as COD 4 did when that was released. I'm going to finish by saying that the reason I don't post any COD footage on here is because, to me, as a PC gamer, a content creator and as a viewer, it's just not very exciting anymore. It's just running around shooting people. Fun to play, but not that fun to watch. It's not very dynamic. You don't really do that much, if you get what I'm saying. There isn't an awful lot of gameplay variation in Black Ops 2, for example. Not much epic happens. But if this new COD game comes out and shows us something different, if it throws a spanner in the works and scrambles things around, then yeah, I'll play it. I'll cover it on this channel, and I'll do it as well as I possibly can. Hope you enjoyed this little video, guys. It's a subject that I find very interesting and I wanted to address on here for a while. Leave me a rating and make sure that you comment on your thoughts about the COD series and the new game. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be the same? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.